warm and heartfelt welcome to our Honorable Principal Ma'am, teachers and everyone on board with us to Spectrum 2021, a saga of enlightening yet engaging performances. Today we, the economists of class 11th, are all set to present for you all an eye-opening and galvanizing performance that will enlighten you all a little more about dynamic Indian economy. Glorious vision in the blazing eyes, a will in the heart and a determined mind. With a hand in a hand, we shall rise. Towards our dreams, we all shall be inclined. It can be undeniably stated that the visions of the future are more glorious than the dreams of the past. Before starting this presentation, let us remember the golden heritage of India, presented through a song sung by Aryan.
जीरो दिया मेरे भारत ने मेरे भारत ने दुनिया को तब गिनती आई तारों की भाषा भारत ने दुनिया को पहले सिखलाई देता न दशमलव भारत तो यूं चांद पे जाना मुश्किल था धरती और चांद की दूरी का अंदाजा लगाना मुश्किल था सभ्यता जहां पहले आई सभ्यता जहां पहले आई पहले जन्मी है जहां पे कला अपना भारत वो भारत है जिसके पीछे संसार चला और आगे बढ़ा यूं आगे बढ़ा बढ़ता ही गया भगवान करे ये और बढ़े बढ़ता ही रहे और फूले फले बढ़ता ही रहे और फूले फले.
We all are well aware that our beloved country was once famously called Sone ki Chidiya, or the golden bird. I can reminisce the euphonious beats of the song. जहाँ डाल डाल पर सोने की चिड़िया करती है बसेरा वो भारत देश है मेरा वो भारत देश है मेरा.
The mightiness of India was immeasurable. Bharat had prosperity, wealth and resources. The plethora of land and capital made Bharat the golden bird in the eyes of the world. There were abundant human and natural resources. It was a major exporter of spices, precious stones, weapons, etc., which added to the wealth of the nation. India was not only wealthy, but the river of peace and prosperity was also spread all over the country.
But then came the horrific times of colonialism, when India was colonized by the Britishers. The British government of that time quenched its avarice at the expense of India, leaving the country in misery. The wealth was looted, the traditional industries were destroyed, and the opportunities of the people were robbed. The British left us with a wavering economy and negligible resources. We all know that our country is remembered as golden bird, Sone ki Chidiya. But for how long are we going to delve into the dreams of the past, which is long gone? The time has come to take the onus of the development of the nation. The time has come to remove the tag of developing country and place our country in the elite clubs of developed nations. Today, on this rostrum, we are here to present before you all the vision of resurgence of Sone ki Chidiya, the second golden age. So now it is time to witness the potential areas which can be tapped, turn this vision into a reality. It is now time to know what the avant-garde technology has to offer to facilitate the growth of the nation. Let us know about e-commerce.
In this ever-changing world, there is always a need to evolve and improve yourself to be at par with this world. But do you think the old and traditional ways of business will be able to meet the ever-growing competition? In the spirit of this fact, there is a need for business to take the benefits of avant-garde technology. In order to meet competition, quality standards, lower prices, faster order processing, and better customer care. One of the strongest trends shaping business is e-commerce, that is, business through electronic devices. Here, we are going to explore e-commerce, that is trade through electronic media. Let us know the various aspects of e-commerce and how it can be a potential area to fulfill our vision. The various factors that have led to the rise of e-commerce are convenience, speed, global reach, and paperless work, to name a few. It is quite palpable that e-commerce is revitalizing consumer demand and catalyzing growth in India's retail industry. E-commerce in India has experienced rapid growth driven by the millionaires' purchasing power influence of the internet, leading to the development of various mobile applications and websites and the much needed infrastructure. We all know that there is a strong buildup of e-commerce industry in India, but there is a portion of population that is yet not aware of its benefits. This represents a huge potential untapped in the market that can be a catalyst to fulfill the vision of placing India in the club of developed nations.
It is now time to know about outsourcing, which is yet another prospect whose scope is burgeoning day by day.
India is one of the largest outsourcing markets in the world. Cities like Hyderabad, Rajasthan, and Bangalore are top outsourcing destinations in the world. Outsourcing is an activity where a company hires a third party to perform their non-core activities so that they can focus on their core activities, which are an essential part of business. Giants like Microsoft, Google, and IBM at early age startups, everyone is doing it. India has become a profitable outsourcing destination for more than 100 of companies, including Silicon Valley and giants like IBM, Google, and Microsoft. It's not a secret that most companies prefer offshore outsourcing due to its low cost. India has a low cost of living as compared to other developed countries, which results in lower cost of salaries.
Cost effective. It's no secret that most companies prefer offshore outsourcing to save costs. India has a low cost of living compared to other developed countries like US. This translates to lower salaries for your outsourced staff. Access to a vast pool of skilled laborers is the availability of skilled professionals. English proficiency. Issues with outsourcing work mostly arise when there is a lack of understanding due to a language barrier. However, many Indians speak fluent English because of the medium of instruction for higher education is English. According to a recent study, India ranked 5th among the Asian countries proficient. Good outsourcing infrastructure. Some outsourcing tasks, such as customer support, require dedicated technology and infrastructure. Recently, India has seen tremendous improvement in telecom, broadband, power, and other infrastructure.
Penetration of global market. Today, all countries of the world are interconnected due to spread of globalization.
Globalization has enabled large sections of population to be lifted above the poverty line.
Poverty would not have been eliminated in China, but for globalization, China has grown this back of exports.
It would not have happened in Japan, Korea. All these countries have benefited from globalization by penetrating the American and European market exports.
There is need to change the mindset of Indians. The mindset of most Indians is that we have a large domestic market. Whatever is produced will be sold here.
Market penetration strategy involves focusing on selling more of your SaaS products into your existing markets in order to acquire a higher market share and gain more of your competitors' customers.
strategic planning around pricing, competitors, increasing your promotional efforts, and making necessary changes to your product, it should be possibly increase your market share and easily gain dominance in your market.
Now a question arises that what is a good market penetration rate? So it is suggested that market penetration rate for consumer products is 2 to 6%, while business products can range anywhere from 10 to 40%.
Smartphone industry, for example, the global leaders like Apple have a market penetration rate of 19.2%, with Samsung coming on second with 18.4%, and a range of smaller brands taking the remainder of market share to its 100% completion.
We have to work together for world-class manufacturing. Indian manufacturers have to produce world-class goods, as every product is a brand ambassador. It should give them pride.
Now let us enlighten you all about the topic of human capital formation. Because one machine can replace the work of 50 ordinary men, but no machine can replace an extraordinary man.
Walt Disney had once said, "You can create, design, and build the most wonderful place in the world, but it requires people to make that dream a reality." The former President of India, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, defines India's human resource base as one of its great care competencies.
The equation of economic growth is directly proportional to the productivity potential and quality of human resources of the country. Today, all economic need skilled work so as to meet global standards of quality, to increase their foreign trade, to bring advanced technologies to their domestic industries, and to boost their industrial and economic development. Thus, skills and knowledge becomes the major driving force of socio-economic growth.
There is a 20 million strong Indian diaspora in key countries across the globe. Every sixth human being is an Indian. Hence, India as a demographic weight, India has a great potential to become an economic superpower because of its growing young population. A young population compiled with the second largest English speaking in the world will give India an advantage over China.
India should emerge as the human resources capital of the world, as China has become a global manufacturing factory.
Now let us discuss the topic women empowerment, because every woman's success should be an inspiration for another woman. We are the strongest when we cheer each other on.
India's women are the secret to its potential economic boom. India is the world's fastest and the major growing economy and can do better only if we treat its women equal. Over the last decade, India has shown considerable improvement in achieving gender equality in the fields of education and maternity care. India is somewhat ahead of its neighboring countries, Bangladesh and Pakistan, but it's behind the Asia Pacific average in terms of both work and society.
Participation of women in workforce is a key driver of India's growth. India cannot grow at higher rates without gender parity. In India, only 26% of women work, whereas world average is 48%. If such a major proportionate of people isn't working and consciously we don't put women into positions of power, then it will be very difficult for India to grow. We must give more opportunities to women and must ensure that they are put into positions of power so that India becomes a nation of gender parity. Without that, India will not grow. A recent example to this is admission of girls in Sainik school.
We all know that drop by drop fills the ocean. Thus, it is now time to know about MSME, which stands for Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises.
Micro, small and medium enterprises. Micro, small and medium enterprises are the growth engines of the country. The domestic market holds India's growth in next few years. There is need to enhance local manufacturing and substituting goods and services from the abroad. As the domestic manufacturing moves up the global technologies frontier, the productivity will ensure that the output is competitive enough to penetrate world market.
The growth engines of economy, MSMEs, will play a vital role in boosting the economy. It contributes about 6.11% of GDP from manufacturing and 24.63% of GDP from service activity. It is contributing around 45% of overall Indian export. It promotes innovation by providing an opportunity to budding entrepreneurs to help them build executive products and thereby boost competition.
I'm going to throw some light on the role of micro, small and medium enterprises. MSME employs around 120 million persons, becoming the second largest employment generating sector after agriculture. With approximately 45 lakh units throughout the country, it contributes about 6.11% of GDP from manufacturing and 24.63% of GDP from service activities. MSME Ministry targets to increase its contribution towards GDP up to 50% by 2025 as India moves ahead to become $5 trillion economy.
Now let's move to the topic of rural development. Since villages are the cell of national body and the cell life must be healthy and developed in order to keep national body healthy and developed.
Mahatma Gandhi once said that the real progress of India did not mean the growth and expansion of urban centers, but mainly the development of villages. In India, agriculture is the major source of livelihood and 2/3 of India's population depends on it. Rural development includes that not only the agriculture development but all other aspects which improves it. As we already know, agriculture is already overcrowded and a large number of people need to find alternative and sustainable livelihood options to ensure high level of income and to enable rural people to overcome the poverty line in other non-farm sectors. Non-farm activities have several dynamic subsectors which include agro-processing industries, food processing industries and leather industries which have a great potential in the development of economy. Agriculture diversification includes animal husbandry, fisheries, horticulture, etc. And now my friend Akshay is going to tell you all about this.
Animal husbandry. It is that branch of agriculture which is concerned with breeding, rearing and caring for farm animals. Livestock sector provides alternate livelihood options to over 70 million small and marginal farmers, including landless laborers. Dairying. The performance of the Indian dairy sector from the last 3 decades have been improved due to the successful implementation of the Operation Flood. India ranks first for the milk production in the world. Fisheries. Fisheries plays an important role in socio-economic development of India. Today, fisheries contribute a total of 0.8% of GDP of the country. Horticulture. Horticulture concentrates nearly 1/3 of the value of the agricultural output and 6% of the India's GDP. India has emerged world leader in producing a variety of fruits and a number of spices. India is second largest producer of fruits in the world. Flower harvesting, nursery maintenance, hybrid, seed production etc. are highly remunerative and employment option for women in rural areas.
To turn this vision into a reality, it is quite imperative that we conquer each and every field. To present this ideology, we have with us a dance performance by Prisha. Kar har maidan fateh.
घायल परिंदा है तू, दिखला दे जिंदा है तू, बाकी है तुझ में हौसला, तेरी जुनून की आगे अंबर पनाहे मांगे, कर डाले तू जो फैसला।
रूठी तकदीरें तो क्या, टूटी शमशीरें तो क्या, टूटी शमशीरों से ही हो। कर हर मैदान फतेह, कर हर मैदान फतेह, कर हर मैदान फतेह रे बंदे, हर मैदान फतेह। पकड़ के पूछना है जीत का पता, जीत का पता।
इन मुट्ठियों में चांद तारे भर के आसमां की हद से गुजर के हो जा तू भीड़ से जुदा, भीड़ से जुदा, भीड़ से जुदा। कहने को चल रहा है तू, लोहे का चल रहा है तू, टूटी शमशीरों से ही हो।
For realizing these potentials, India is taking all possible measures. India is reforming, performing and transforming. For instance, there is an increase in infrastructure spending, there is adoption of technology, interlinking of academia and industry, ease of doing business, etc. Our Honorable Prime Minister also spoke at the UN General Assembly on 25th September. The world benefits from India's growth, adding, when India grows, the world grows. When India reforms, the world reforms. To make a grand impact, there is a need for call to action for the inclusive development of the economy. Yahi samay hai, sahi samay hai. It is the time, the right time. We should change ourselves with the changing world, for the transformation of our country to reach new heights and discover new levels of prosperity. Towards the culmination, we, the students of class 11th, would like to extend our heartfelt gratitude towards our Honorable Principal Ma'am, who is indeed a visionary, who provided us this platform so that we could channelize our energy into something productive. We would also like to thank our class teacher, Miss Winnie Makija Ma'am, all the participants and our dearest audience. This is a platform that nurtures the untapped potential of the students like us, and we are very grateful for that. Thank you.